These next two series are ripped from the headlines, the type of stories our audience loves. The Dropout is the unbelievable story of Elizabeth Holmes. She's the Silicon Valley con artist who captivated the world. This show started with a gripping investigation and podcast produced by our very own ABC News. Dopesick is a deeply emotional drama series. It's about heroes who are battling the worst drug crisis in history. It's an important story, and we've assembled an all-star team to tell it. So 3 distinctive series from 3 great creators, all featuring major stars and all available on Hulu and Star. And in addition to shows we own, Hulu will also continue to pick series from outside studios, especially shows from exceptional creators like David E. Kelley. He's one of my favorite writers, and I'm proud to have worked with him for the past 28 years. From Ally McBeal to Big Little Lies, his shows are huge everywhere. And the next one is for Hulu. 9 Perfect Strangers is a thriller that attracted 2 of the biggest stars working today. And while we're hard at work on new series, Hulu also has returning hits, like Golden Globe winner Rami, Emmy-nominated The Great, and Emmy, Golden Globe, and Peabody Award winner The Handmaid's Tale. The Handmaid's Tale is a cultural phenomenon. It's a juggernaut. There are many critically acclaimed shows out there, but none have pierced the culture like this one.
Wake up, America. We're just getting started.
She is out there planning who knows what kind of atrocities to visit upon our righteous nation.
What happens in the next few weeks will determine the future of this country.
Change never comes easy. This war isn't going to win itself.
Blessed be the squad.
It's not safe where we're going.
It's not safe anywhere.
You can't save her. Some women don't want to be saved.
We can't rest. We're the ones we've been waiting for.
Handmaids is the biggest hit in the history of Hulu, and we are committed to its future. As a matter of fact, I'm happy to announce today that we're ordering season 5. Now I want to talk about adult animation for just a moment. Look at the shows we've produced over the past 3 decades. We have the largest library anywhere, and we're making more than 1,500 episodes available for Hulu and Star. And finally, I want to talk about reality shows because the Hulu audience loves them. But remember our strategy for originals. It's not about volume. It's about picking the right ideas and the perfect partners. Noisy, breakout stars who create conversation. Well, no one does it better than this group. We're thrilled to bring these global stars to a global audience. What I've shared today is just some of what's in store. Our biggest hit makers are creating great shows that we will make available to Hulu and Star. They'll join an incredible lineup from our vast library. It's truly game-changing. And speaking of game changers, I'm happy to introduce the longtime leader of the most prestigious brand in our industry. Here's my great colleague, John Landgraf, to talk about FX.
Thanks very much, Dana. I have been honored to be your colleague over these many years, and I'm so happy we get to continue our wonderful partnership at our new home. 25 years ago, FX began as a location rather than a mark of any particular distinction or quality. Specifically, FX was just the name of a linear channel in a cable program guide. Still, one thing we all know from the great legacy of Disney is that if you work hard enough, you can sometimes take a once ordinary location, just a vacant plot of land, and invest enough passion and creativity in it to make it an extraordinary destination and brand. Over the past 20 years, by working with great creative talent to bring exceptionally compelling original stories and characters to our audience, FX has made the name of our little channel, one of the more than 500 just like it, into something truly special. So, how did we get here? We focused relentlessly on giving our audience some of the very best television anywhere, and they responded by turning FX into more than just the name of a cable channel. FX became a real brand, a mark of quality wherever it might be located, by earning love show after show and year after year from the fans of our distinct and reliably excellent original programming. This is because FX shows consistently score incredibly high marks with audiences. For the past 18 years, since the launch of our first premium original series, the award-winning and history-making drama The Shield, the FX batting average in user ratings at the Internet Movie Database on a scale of 1 to 10 is among the best in U.S. television at every elite level. 7 out of 10 stars and above, 7.5 and above, 8 and above, and 8.5 and above. These are batting average for quality for our scripted television programs premiering in the U.S. for almost 2 decades. For example, a remarkable 78% of all FX shows are rated 7.5 out of 10 or above by IMDb users. And we fare even better on Rotten Tomatoes. There, 74% of our shows post an audience score of 80% or better. In fact, for every original FX series ever made, the overall average score with Rotten Tomatoes audiences stands at an incredible 86%. However, despite FX's 2 decades of creating excellent shows, much of that success achieved side by side with my longtime creative colleague and partner, Dana Walden, linear channels are just not the optimal location for a couple of thousand great episodes of television. And that fact caused many FX original series to be licensed and scattered across numerous other platforms, sometimes resulting in confusion as to which brand was actually responsible for fostering these beloved shows. But along came Disney, which acquired both FX and a majority stake in Hulu, and then enhanced the growth of FX as a brand by creating an FX-branded presence on Hulu, which has now become the singular U.S. streaming location at which the past, present, and future of FX's great shows could be gathered. On Hulu, FX has been able to reclaim 18 years of great work and to finally distill our brand's entire legacy in a permanent streaming home as the foundation of quality that it is. This alone has been thrilling, but it has also allowed us to do so much more. Since March, we have made all of our great FX linear originals available to Hulu subscribers the day after they premiere on our channels. To put the extraordinary impact of this opportunity in perspective, the average audience of FX scripted series launched on Hulu has increased 120% over their audience on our channels and VOD sites alone. 120%. And with the expansion of distribution that Hulu provides, every single one of FX's returning series has posted year-over-year viewership increases. So the addition of the FX brand has significantly expanded the audience reach for FX and added to the outstanding results Hulu has already been achieving with their own excellent original programming. But the best is still to come. Because of production delays due to COVID-19, the full benefit of FX's hit current programming has yet to be realized. However, most of our shows are back up and running, and we expect to begin rolling out shows again early next year. New seasons of FX linear series coming soon to Hulu subscribers include Atlanta, American Horror Story, Dave, What We Do in the Shadows, Mayans, Better Things, Snowfall, and Archer, and I'm delighted to announce today 4 more seasons of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, which will take Sunny to season 18, 4 seasons longer than the prior record holder for longest-running live-action sitcom in television history, Ozzie and Harriet. Even more importantly, the FX brand is now expanding its offering of original programs by making exclusive branded FX original series for Hulu. We will also make those shows available globally to Star. FX had outstanding success last year with our first 3 FX exclusives on Hulu, Mrs. America, Devs, and A Teacher. And even with COVID-19 slowing us down, our FX on Hulu exclusive slate expands next year to include The Old Man starring Jeff Bridges, American Horror Stories, a new anthology series by Ryan Murphy, spun off from our biggest, longest-running FX original drama hit, Platform, an innovative scripted anthology about the craziest aspects of pop culture from B.J. Novak, an actor and award-winning writer of The Office, Reservation Dogs, a new half-hour series co-created by Academy Award winner Taika Waititi and Sterling Harjo, a Native American who also directed the pilot episode, and Why the Last Man, a new drama series based on the acclaimed and beloved graphic novels starring Diane Lane. You can see how well Disney's strategy to brand FX content is already working and how bright the future is for both the FX brand and for the contributions it will make to both Hulu in the US and Star internationally. The FX brand will quickly be able to double our output, making and marketing about 30 original programs each year. While I know that doesn't sound like a huge number in the era of peak TV, I assure you that these 30 shows will punch vastly above their numerical weight, just as FX originals always have, because we will strive, as always, to ensure that every single one of them will be excellent. A truly great aspect of the streaming era, as Disney quickly and overwhelmingly demonstrated with Disney+, and as FX has now been able to replicate with the success of FX originals streamed on Hulu, is that today's new programming is tomorrow's perpetual library. Because of this, FX and all of Disney's many brands can create incredible long-term value for fans and shareholders, because we know that streaming subscribers will now be able to easily and conveniently find, treasure, and share their favorite series and characters. Disney has always understood that quality is the surest path to value, which is why for almost a century, it has devoted itself more than any other entertainment company to consistently creating truly great and memorable stories. FX belongs at Disney because we fervently share this belief, and the marrow of our brand is built on it. Finally, I'll conclude today's presentation with a few examples of some new and unique branded FX original series that are currently in the pipeline. We are moving quickly to bring audiences the first television series based on one of the greatest science fiction horror classics ever made, Alien. FX's Alien will be helmed by Fargo and Legion's Noah Hawley, stepping into the creator, executive producer chair, working alongside Sir Ridley Scott. Set not too far into our future, it's the first Alien story set on Earth. And by blending both the timeless horror of the first Alien film with the non-stop action of the second, it's going to be a scary thrill ride that will blow people back in their seats. And finally, we'll be embarking on one of the most sweeping, sophisticated, and adult series FX has ever created, a retelling of James Clavell's beloved epic saga, Shogun. Set within the riveting and real Game of Thrones that was feudal Japan, it is adapted by Justin Marks and Rachel Kondo. Tim Van Patten, the highly decorated award-winning producer of The Sopranos and Boardwalk Empire, and the director of the pilot and early episodes of Game of Thrones, has signed on to bring this giant and visceral canvas to life. So those are just some of the many exciting projects we have in our slate, along with a number of others in early development that we will be announcing in the coming months. All of us at FX are truly honored to be a part of the Walt Disney Company, where we will continue our mission to deliver outstanding adult programs that engender passion from our viewers, and to grow the FX brand's value as a beacon of quality within TV's streaming future. That's it for me today. Thanks for your time. And now back to Rebecca Campbell.
Thank you, John. We believe that Hulu, Star, Star Plus, and Disney Plus Hotstar are perfectly suited to host the general entertainment content we create from our world-class production engines. Our Hulu joint venture will continue to license all original scripted streaming content and most off-network content created by Disney Television Studios and FX. Star, Star Plus, and Disney Plus Hotstar will be the exclusive home of our original content and much of the off-network content outside of the United States. Also, each of these services will be enhanced by the addition of local programming. So looking ahead, our plan is to grow with premium content for everyone, engaging our existing subscribers and helping us to attract new ones. And now, we're going to switch gears. It's time to hear from our brilliant content creators for Disney Plus. Starting with Lucasfilm, please welcome Kathleen Kennedy.
Thank you, Rebecca. It's remarkable to be back here with you again for another Investor Day and reflect on all that's happened since we last gathered in April of 2019. Our world and our entire industry has been thrown numerous challenges that none of us could have foreseen. As we grapple with one of the most difficult periods in modern history, it's clear that we need great storytelling and the joy of entertainment more than ever before. Last year, we were looking ahead to the launch of Disney Plus with our very first live-action series, The Mandalorian. Star Wars was moving into new territory in the streaming space on a brand new platform, creating an original series through groundbreaking technology and an entirely new approach to production and filmmaking. It was a big bet and a leap of faith. The Mandalorian debuted on Disney Plus in November of 2019, and the response has been overwhelming. We could not be more humbled by the reception to the show, the honor of 7 Emmy Awards, and the enormous support our fans have shown us. With The Mandalorian on Disney Plus, we have ushered in an entirely new era for Star Wars, and there's more to come. We premiered Season 2 on October 30th, and Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni continuing the journey of The Mandalorian and the Child. Audiences around the world have joined the adventure on Disney Plus, traveling to new planets with incredible action, larger-than-life creatures delivering a complete cinematic experience. Let's take a look at Season 2.
You're very special, kid. I agreed to take you back to your own kind, so that's what I need to do. And they're going to take real good care of you. I've been quested with returning this child to the Jedi.
What do you know of the Jedi?
Nothing.
I can lead you to one of their kind. But first, we need your help on our mission.
Mission. How's my credit around here?
And you come here, little one. Have you been taking good care of him? Has Mando been taking good care of you, huh? Yeah, he said.
What is that thing?
I keep it around for luck.
You're gonna need it where you're headed.
He needs your help.
The Jedi Order fell a long time ago.
So did the Empire, yet it still hunts him.
Long live the Empire. Long live the Empire.
Been tracking you, Mandalorian. I'm here for the armor.
If you want my armor, you'll have to peel it off my dead body.
I don't want your armor. I want my armor.
Today, I'm excited to share with you that John and Dave are concurrently developing 2 new spin-off series exclusively for Disney+. One, The Rangers of the New Republic, and the other featuring fan favorite, Ahsoka Tano. Set within the timeline of The Mandalorian, these interconnected shows, along with future stories, will excite new audiences, embrace our most passionate fans, and will culminate in a climactic story event. The next chapter will debut on Disney Plus Christmas of 2021. I'm fortunate to be surrounded by incredible talent, both in front of and behind the camera, with a company full of people who care passionately about high-quality storytelling. A few times in my career, I've had a chance to be part of game-changing technology, moments when a new way of filmmaking changed the way stories could be told forever. Working with Jon Favreau to create the world of The Mandalorian with our own Stagecraft technology has been one of those moments. Stagecraft is a new virtual production tool that utilizes the latest innovations in real-time graphics and massive LED screens that allows us to bring entire locations into a soundstage and photograph them live, telling stories in ways we could only dream of a few years ago. This new collaboration process brings the artists and the crews into a creative partnership with efficiencies that now marry pre-production, production, and post, all in sync to preserve the cinematic culture around a singular artistic vision. By eliminating unnecessary travel, a more controlled environment, and efficiencies with set design and special effects that allow for an in-camera visual experience, actors are immersed in those environments rather than having to imagine what they're seeing or reacting to. And ironically, the efficiency of Stagecraft has allowed us to continue to work during this pandemic. On The Mandalorian Season 2, we expanded Stagecraft's capabilities further and built an even larger volume. Additionally, we are building 3 more volumes right now in Los Angeles, London, and Australia, advancing the Disney-owned technology and building the studio of the future. We have a vast and expansive timeline in the Star Wars mythology, spanning over 25,000 years of history in the galaxy, with each era being a rich resource for storytelling. Now, with Disney Plus, we can explore limitless story possibilities like never before and fulfill the promise that there is truly a Star Wars story for everyone. One of the most exciting and ambitious new series we have coming to Disney Plus in 2022 is Andor, a tense, nail-biting spy thriller in the Star Wars universe created by Tony Gilroy. Tony's incredible success with the Bourne Identity films distinguishes him as one of today's best creators of the modern spy genre. We couldn't be more thrilled to have him at the helm of this new series for Star Wars. Diego Luna will be back in the role of Rebel spy Cassian Andor from Rogue One, and he will be joined by a fantastic new cast that includes Stellan Skarsgård, Adria Arjona, Fiona Shaw, Denise Goff, Kyle Soller, and Genevieve O'Reilly as Mon Mothma. We just began production in London 2 weeks ago. Here's a special look at Andor.
Everything I did for the rebellion.
Rogue One, in many ways, it's a film that connected new audiences with the oldest fans. It was a bittersweet feeling, you know, in the premiere, knowing that it was just one film. But then magic happens, right?
As you can see, we're getting ready. We're building stages, we're rehearsing, we're training, we're trying costumes, we're doing everything to make sure we do the best show.
I'm really excited having the chance to explore Cassian. It's really fun to go on a set that is emulating something you like so much.
The enormous uniformity of this is like doing a big feature film.
It's very cinematic. For me, that's where the excitement is.
12 episodes, 12 scripts, over 200 named cast members, over 6,000 crowd people, a lot of creatures that come in from the creature department.
We treat this exactly like we would have filmed. There is no difference in our approach.
Every creature and droid that we've been building has the same care and level of attention to detail as the previous films.
It's huge, it's thrilling, but also it's wonderfully challenging.
There's tons of possibilities to explore. It is the building of a revolution.
Last August at the D23 Expo in Anaheim, we announced the return of Ewan McGregor in the iconic role of Jedi Master Obi-Wan Kenobi for a special event series on Disney+. Obi-Wan Kenobi begins 10 years after the dramatic events of Revenge of the Sith, where he faced his greatest defeat, the downfall and corruption of his best friend and Jedi apprentice, Anakin Skywalker turned evil Sith Lord, Darth Vader. Our fans will be thrilled that Hayden Christensen will be returning in the role of Darth Vader. This will be the rematch of the century. The series is directed by Deborah Chow, coming off the great work she did with us as a director on season 1 of The Mandalorian. Production will begin in March of next year. Here's an early look at Obi-Wan Kenobi. During our first year on Disney+, our animated series Star Wars: The Clone Wars saw tremendous success with its epic 7th and final season. Building on the legacy of The Clone Wars, our new animated series, The Bad Batch, follows the Specialist Commandos of Clone Force 99 as they embark on new missions in a rapidly changing galaxy. This is The Bad Batch.
They call themselves the Bad Batch.
Republic will be reorganized into the First Galactic Empire.
That was quite an impressive display.
Star Wars Visions will be a series of animated short films celebrating the Star Wars galaxy through the lens of the world's best anime creators. This anthology collection will bring 10 fantastic visions from several of the leading Japanese anime studios, offering a fresh and diverse cultural perspective to Star Wars. Lando Calrissian is the galaxy's smoothest, most notorious scoundrel, and he'll return in a brand new event series for Disney+. Justin Simien, creator of the critically acclaimed and hugely popular Dear White People, is developing the story with us now. A massive Star Wars fan himself, Justin has put together a reel to give you a sense of the style, tone, and irresistible swagger of our upcoming series, Lando. Take a look. Leslie Headland, Emmy-nominated creator of the mind-bending series Russian Doll, is a boldly innovative filmmaker bringing her new Star Wars series to Disney+. The Acolyte is a mystery thriller that will take us into a galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic era. As we continue to develop new stories, the intersection of animation and visual effects offers new opportunities for us to explore. Lucasfilm Animation will be teaming up with our unparalleled visual effects team ILM to develop a special Star Wars adventure for Disney+, a droid story. This epic journey will introduce us to a new hero guided by our most iconic duo, R2-D2 and C-3PO, on a special mission known only to them. What could possibly go wrong? Outside of the Star Wars galaxy, we're expanding Lucasfilm's presence on Disney+ with another beloved mythological world created by George Lucas, Willow. This series will be set decades after Ron Howard's 1988 movie, continuing the spirit of adventure, heroics, and humor of the original film. We're delighted that Warwick Davis will be returning in the role of the great sorcerer, Willow Ufgood. We have a wonderful creative team at the helm. John Chu, director of the groundbreaking film Crazy Rich Asians, will be directing the pilot. Willow begins shooting next March in Wales and will debut on Disney+ in 2022. Here's the team to share more. We also have some news to share on our theatrical slate. We're in pre-production on the next and final installment of Indiana Jones. At the helm, we have James Mangold, director of the Academy Award-winning film Ford vs. Ferrari. And of course, Indy himself, Harrison Ford, will be back to conclude this iconic character's journey. Indy will begin shooting late spring of 2021 and will be released in July of 2022. Our slate is expanding further with a story that will introduce a new hero and explore an original world that feels perfectly paired with Lucasfilm storytelling. We're proud to bring to the screen author Tomi Adeyemi's New York Times best-selling novel, Children of Blood and Bone. This story will center around a young African girl's heart-racing quest to restore magic to her forsaken people, the Magi. Tomi was recently included in the Time 100's list of most influential people of 2020.
Graphic documentary films, including Free Solo and Jane, both of which are available now on Disney+. And I'm delighted to introduce you to one of our upcoming National Geographic documentary films, profiling an extraordinary icon, Cousteau, a new documentary from Oscar-nominated and Emmy-winning director Liz Garbus. Mention Jacques Cousteau to someone my age, and their eyes light up, recalling vivid memories of his thrilling underwater adventures. This film will not only delight those fans, but it will also introduce him to a whole new generation of aspiring explorers. Featuring never-before-seen archival footage, Cousteau will provide a deep dive into the fascinating life of the man who first showed us the beauty and wonder under the sea. While most National Geographic content is nonfiction, we have also developed Emmy-winning dramas about real-world heroes and icons. Icons like those profiled in our scripted anthology series, Genius, which beginning with the 4th season will be available exclusively to Disney Plus subscribers. From executive producers Ron Howard and Brian Grazer, Genius tells the fascinating and dramatic stories of the world's most brilliant innovators, exploring their extraordinary achievements and often complicated lives. In the next season of Genius, we will profile the remarkable life of Nobel Peace Prize winner and civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr., dramatizing his journey to becoming one of the most influential and inspirational leaders in history. National Geographic's iconic yellow border